Let's go, Who Dat Nation. Why are we burning an elite season from AK-41? Right? I love his dedication to the team. We start things off here. Get a little lucky on this pitch play that this guy decides to shoot inside this gap. So we do a good job guiding him to the inside on a pitch. We do not mind penetration because he's never getting the AK in space. We get really good second level blocks right here. And of course, there's nobody on the planet Earth you want more in this situation than Alvin Kamara reading the gaps there. Really good run play. Only up to a point. Try and run a little power handoff to the left side. Everything just gets blown up. Actually, I think AK makes a mistake here. Is there a little gap right here to the right side? Oh, he's trying to find it, and he's just short, right? We just couldn't protect it. It looks like Fuaga had to make a very difficult block here in the second level, and he just whiffs it. And that's not good, right? We don't need whiffs from our first-round rookie draft pick. It's crazy. All right, so I looked at the all-22 of this play. It's a little rollout to the right side here. It's a deep smash-ish kind of concept. Means is covered. Olave's covered on this rollout. I will tell you that it did look like there was a potential window to Taysom Hill on this over, and Rattler decides to not rip it. I get it. You don't want to throw this game away this early, but you'll see right here, could this have been put right here to Taysom? It's tough. I mean, there's so much traffic. Field compresses on these kind of rollouts, so he decides to throw it away and live to fight another day. And guess what? That decision pays off because the Saints do get the football back. So play action fake, heavy personnel. You love to see it. Running a vertical here, deep over, behind it. This is what the Saints have been doing all season long. And you could see that the fake was so good, the camera guy had no idea who had the football. And that's just really good football. So if it's juking out the camera guy, imagine what it's doing to the defense. And obviously, this has been an issue with Olave. Some guys are just unlucky when it comes to taking big hits. And Olave has gotten very, very, very unlucky with that. He's able to hold-ish onto the football. But you would like to see him be able to, still corral that. But, I mean, that's such a big hit. Let's get to the all-22 on the very next play after the Olave completion. Obviously, Penning gets beat really badly here. Khalil Mack was able to get a good get-off. And one thing that we'll discuss on this film study today is under Rattler, the Saints did not help their offensive line with get-offs, right? The snap count, anticipation, and all that stuff was pretty easy for the Chargers defensive linemen. This is partially on AK. It's a difficult block, but he has to come all the way across to help with Mack, and you'll see that AK kind of cuts off Penning, and Mack has a lot of pressure. Now, the problem is Rattler still needs to be athletic enough to get out of it, and he just doesn't have that elite tier athleticism. He's not an elite runner. He has a very, very, very good arm. I wouldn't say it's special, but in the spot, a modern-day quarterback needs to be able to get out of this, and he falls on his own feet, and they mark him down even though he was never touched, but they view it as a quarterback giving himself up in that spot. The problem with this is this would have been a pretty big play if we were able to get some decent protection here because, bang, I mean, this is a huge gainer on the stop. You could throw this on the run and it get there, but obviously this close and the play's done. All right, 1:32 left to go in the second quarter. It's not every day you see a 9-2 scoreline in the NFL, but here we are. Look at this from Rattler. I mean, this is elite stuff, right? He sees that Derwin James is out here playing AK. He sees that the safety is going back to the numbers. And look at when Rattler's actually deciding to rip this bad boy. Anticipation for days. Man, good stuff. And he hits him right in stride. That is elite quarterbacking. Now, it was easy to see, but it's still a really good throw. All right, it's second and Mandeville in the 2-minute drill. They had an ineligible man downfield penalty. And look at Rattler. He starts off looking to the left. Could this have been thrown to Olave just right here, right now? Yeah, sure. But look at him step up into this pocket and eventually find Tipton right in this window. Really good stuff. Now, once again, it does help that this is a 2-minute drill. Of course, the defense is going to be playing more conservatively. So 3rd and 6. And man, oh man, this is some really good quarterbacking from Rattler. Once again, on the 2-minute drill, it does make life a little bit easier because the safeties are playing so far back. But he's able to get this football to Juwan Johnson quickly, which also allows Johnson to catch the football and get vertical. And, man, he almost broke out of this for an even bigger gain. You've got to do better as a quarterback here. You get some good formational diversity. Is something, obviously, that I've liked a lot of this regime is you have a running back out here, and you have Taysom Hill at running back, and you also have some pre-snap motion, okay? So watch what happens here. Spencer Rattler goes back to pass and immediately takes AK-41 here in the flat, and he throws it low, right? This ball has got to be completed to this upfield shoulder for a big gain. I mean, if you're hitting the upfield shoulder, AK's probably making this guy miss and going upfield for what is a massive, massive, massive gain of yards, right? DB does redirect right here, and, this is, a chain mover, right? You're in the extended red zone here. Then you had already hit this earlier in the game. Olave on a dig. Watch what happens here, okay? Rattler has a good pocket here. Once again, I don't mind throwing this, right? AK is special enough that any target to him is more often than not going to be correct. But the Chargers had played a lot of soft coverage, right? This is kind of like the end of the first half that you just saw. I mean, this is so far back. Digs are going to get open versus this. And watch. Bam. All right. This is huge, huge gainer to Olave, who had been cooking him, right? Obviously, if you throw this, Derwin James is, pressing down on it. But, man, oh, man, that's two big mistakes from Rattler. Man. All right, so this is still this is a play right after. Once again, early third. So this is a play right after. Once again, early third quarter. The score is Dolly Parton. And, I felt Rattler got a little too safe. And young quarterbacks sometimes play the score a little too much, right? You're thinking that your defense is going to keep you in this game. Let's just not lose this game. And that is just not the right way to play quarterback because there are some things here that open up. Now, the post-snap picture changes here. This safety stacks behind, comes single high right here, and a few things do open up, right? So Rattler decides to play quick here to Mason Tipton, and, well, we do complete it. Mason Tipton's just not that guy to make somebody miss. We want to try and get the football to our better players, okay? So this did open up to Olave, but this had been open if the ball was not thrown to Tipton. Maybe not. Okay, you could look like you're throwing to Tipton, and then bang, you have Olave. And then after this, once again, you have a good pocket here. This actually did get passed off. Foster Moreau right here. That's also open. Once again, it's a lot easier in a breakdown mode for these types of things. But there are other guys open. Before we get to this next play, let's give out this Saints plus Drake Ovo helmet. All you got to do is follow me on Twitter and check out Believe in Saints. If I get to 10K followers, we'll give it out, baby. Let's go. One of the more disappointing storylines of the Saints season is Kendre Miller, right? You're finally starting to see him. He gets a good little run here to the left side. The Saints' backup running back position has been a huge, huge problem this season. So hopefully we see more Kendre. This ends up being a good run. I do think, though, could he have cut this back and got vertical? Maybe so, but instead he decides to follow his blocks. And look at him break this tackle and find a way through here. And Derwin James makes a good play after he blitzed from the backside. But even then, he's falling forward for good yardage. 2nd and 5. And in the NFL, it's possible to survive a rookie quarterback. It's possible to survive a rookie left tackle. It's near impossible to survive both, right? So this is very interesting. The Chargers change things up for Fuaga here, and they bring Derwin James off the edge for a blitz. Okay, so Fuaga communicates this well, and the guard now picks up the end, and Fuaga now picks up Derwin James. You just don't see these types of athletes in the Pac-12, much less a safety that can burn you around the edge. Fuaga leans, and now the Saints are in trouble, all right? So this is a two-man route concept. You're getting a vertical here, and you're running, a deep over behind it, and watch what happens. It's open, okay? It is open, and bang, this is a huge gainer. Now, is this Spencer Rattler's fault on this 2nd and 5? No, it is not, right? Fuaga just got beat by a superior athlete. Derwin James is one of the best players in the league for a reason. But 2 really poor decisions from Rattler. Number 1, there is never, and there will never be an instance where the quarterback needs to jump and leave his feet, okay? Never. And then the second thing about this is, thank goodness he did not throw this football to Kendre Miller, because this could easily have been thrown behind him, pick, whatever, but he jumps right into the sack. The third thing, if you're going to do these kinds of play action fakes, there's always going to be, the fear of pressure on these deep drops coming off the edge, because it is a more difficult block for a tackle. But in this spot, just run into this space with 2 hands on the football, roll out to the left, reset your feet, and bang. This is a huge gainer, okay? Just not great quarterback play. Okay, so Saints give up a deep touchdown to Ladd McConkey. I really can't be too mad at the Saints defense, right? There was so much pressure on them in this game because the offense was just so bad. So score 16-5. You get a really good piece of pass protection right here from Khalil Mack, from Trevor Penning. And we finally get this football to Olave on, I say over the middle. But, oh, God, this is so frustrating from a Saints vantage point. Once again, the score is 16-5. And, I mean, we just got to have this from Juwan Johnson. Is this the most catchable pass in the world? No, but God, this is just really good. This is really good quarterbacking. Start to flick it to the left, and these backside in breakers have just been working. And, I mean, that's just there, right? Lots of anticipation. Could this have been put right on Johnson? Sure, but you see, he loses his footing and leaves his feet, right? Whenever your feet have to be left and you're jumping up in the air, you're just going to have mistakes, right? We got to have that catch. We just do. And look, I'll go ahead and give you the end zone angle, and you could determine for yourself if this was catchable. And the Saints have had their issues with these types of plays. We'll slow it down as well. Can they keep their feet, right? Defensively, the Ladd McConkey touchdown on Alontae Taylor, he jumped up in the air. If you as a DB are jumping up in the air, you better be making a play on it, right? Because if you don't, the receiver is likely to pick up a lot of yards after the fact, okay? Lots of anticipation from Spencer. And, yeah, I mean, as a receiving tight end, you got to have that. We've got to have that. No other way around it. And then we get to this 3rd and slide out. And look, in this spot, if you're Rattler, you're down by 2 possessions. You just need to find somebody open, right? There is a lot of value in a field goal, all right? So any yardage really helps out the Saints here. And watch what happens. Bang, all right? He's throwing this football, lots of anticipation to Olave, but it gets deflected by this overhang defender. Okay, 45 makes a really good play, and it's deflected. I like the anticipation, though, seeing that this is open. Give him a lot of credit. But, you know, this is open to Foster Moreau. If you get this, you're in easy field goal range. You're probably picking up the first down, or you can go for it, right? So just a good play right there. But, man, I love the energy Saunders has brought this team. So the Saints make the switch to Jake Haener. I'm not going to do any Jake Haener reps today. I will show you this absolutely insane AK-41 run. But comment below, Who Dat Nation. Man, who do you think should start if Derek Carr isn't available? Should Jake Haener actually get the run here? Obviously, this Rattler performance was tough. This is the second consecutive week where it was tough, right? 5 points and basically one field goal in a clear 2-minute situation. It's just not going to cut it, right? And look, I understand Saints' problems are bigger than Rattler, but you guys saw the throws today that were there, and he wasn't able to make them. So let me know if you think there should be a switch, and we'll talk to you soon, okay? This game wasn't as bad as I initially thought on the rewatch. It is Power Hour NFL. Boom! Why are we wasting AK-41? And another elite season from him. Somebody tell me. And tonight we are doing a chicken bacon ranch sub. Let's go. Oh, man. What a freaking day. All right. And this play was an absolute disaster. I do give Fuad got a lot of credit getting that defender back. It is crazy. The defender almost made the pick coming back the other way. But, man, the trick plays, they didn't work either. Ugh.